morning. On trail at 7:50. It's the 27th of June, day 129. So, started off this morning with thunder around 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the morning. Earlier there was reports that it was supposed to thunder again around 2 or 3. That has gone away. I'm still weary of it because there's thunderstorms up and down the East Coast. It was not raining when I left, and it started raining again. And of course, I'm just walking through spider webs. The hip feels okay for now. I can still feel it, both of them, but I don't know. It is what it is. I gotta keep moving. So, yeah. Getting real close. My mood is okay. Kind of felt like I could stay one more day, but I always feel like that, don't I? I didn't want to put on my raincoat, but spider webs. But I'm trying to avoid the moisture on my shirt and on my hip as much as I can. So I think I got about 18 and some change to go. 2 hills, about 1,000, maybe 1,500 foot climbs. Yeah. So, Chase Mountains put out a video yesterday, or recently, about things he learned about hiking in the rain. You know, it's a pretty good video. You should go and watch it. There's definitely stuff that I didn't really think of, but that I do. One of the things he was talking about was having 2 categories of clothes. Category A is the clothes you hike in that will and probably will get wet. And then category B, no matter what, you got to keep those clothes dry, which is something I do. He talked about tent placement. For me, that's less of an issue because I'm in a hammock. The placement would be more specific to rain. And of course I don't want to wake up and put my feet into a puddle, but generally speaking, the ground isn't so much of an issue, unless of course I fall. So the only thing I would add to that, because he was talking about embracing the suck, which is a big mantra for hikers and backpackers and through hikers, which is hard. It's hard. And I think it's important to recognize that embracing the suck doesn't necessarily mean enjoying it. It's just, you're just going to walk into it like I did today. I'm like, this is what's going to be today. I'm going to do it. Embrace it. Go for it. Try not to fight it. But the only other thing I would add is, whenever possible, don't do it alone. It's so much better when you have company. And for me, a lot of the time, that company is at the end of the day when I get to a shelter and there's people there. And I have people to talk to. My toughest day out here, well, I don't know if it was my toughest day anymore, but, that day in the Roan Highlands, running into Chris, aka Sim, out there, changed that day completely. So I did get a new Frog Togs jacket. My other one was no longer waterproof. I think it had too many holes in it. Which even now as I'm wearing this, I feel the itchy in the beginning of sweat. I don't want to wear it. I just don't have very good options. I could put on my poncho. I've been thinking about sending my poncho back home. Maybe the poncho would be a better option today. Give me some air. I'm not expecting to The poncho sucks when you're trying to climb stuff, because you got to get a high knee. And when I mean high knee, you're bringing your knee up as high as possible to step on something high. And then you step on the poncho and it becomes a pain in the ass. So I think I need to stop and apply some bug spray. Yeah, I'll put on the poncho, see how that works for a while. Well, as far as my mood, there's a lot of mixed emotions there. I think one thing that was really bumming me out was, Winnie's birthday. I mentioned this already. Seeing the smile on her face, I know that she had a good day, and that's what's important. So a little bit of that constantly being on the verge of tears is gone, partially. Plus, when I do the math, I'm about 8 days from finishing. So that feels pretty exciting. And if the weather does what the weather says it's going to do, I could have a really nice summit day. So hopefully there's that. So yeah, that's the mood. The mood is a whole bunch of things. I say generally rolling with it. I don't have a whole lot of little mountains left. There's I think probably the first 30, 40 miles of the 100-mile wilderness, which, by the way, is longer than 100 miles. Well, I don't know if it is. I just know I was going from after Munson. So, yeah, so basically, there's a very lackluster go time attitude. I might end up at the same shelter as Rambler tonight, who's crossing the ferry this morning. And if that's the case, then I might have some company the rest of the trip if we keep the same pace, which would be really nice. All right, that's enough for me this morning. I'm gonna switch things up a little bit here, put on the poncho, and keep stepping. Talk to you later. Hey, today's a good day. I had some moments of joy today, and the hiking is easier. Still some, it's easier. I'm here at Bald Mountain Pond shelter with Mishap and Rambler. So that's pretty cool. Talking about plans, I mean, my plan right now is 7 days. I might have to stay an extra day in Munson, which I'll be there tomorrow if my shoes don't come. These shoes I could probably kick on with them, but I don't know. I might make that decision tomorrow and just get on with it. So yeah, I redid my plan for the 100-mile wilderness, but that still has me doing it in 5 days. There's a big day in there. There's like a 30-mile day in there, but it should be pretty flat. So tomorrow will be the first 40 miles of the 100-mile wilderness has some fair elevation change. So I had to redo those. So I think I'm taking some shorter days, but depending on how I feel on those days, I might go farther. So, but I think generally speaking, I should definitely be able to do the 100-mile wilderness in 5 days. Yeah, so 1 day to Munson, maybe 0, and then 5 days, and then Summit. So, yeah, it's good to have friends here tonight. It's good to have friends that I've known for a little while on this trail. So I don't have a lot to say tonight. Yeah, have a good night.